Keen on keys. Since I've talked about the first melody storing system on a Casio keyboard, I thought to do a video about the first Yamaha storing system would be a good idea. Casio came up with the barcode scores in 1981 and Yamaha followed very soon with the Playcard System. The first model was the PC-100. It was released in April 1982. It has a nice shape. It's quite flat and heavy, about 2 kilograms. 44 keys, 8 voice polyphony, only 3 when the accompaniment is playing, 10 instruments with a sustain switch, 10 rhythms with volume and tempo, an arpeggio, and a chord section with a single finger chord, variation and volume. No octave switch, but at least a transpose switch. A mono line output that doesn't mute the speaker, a headphone, pedal and power jack. And of course the Playcard system with a few different modes and a melody guide. These Playcards are way superior to the barcode system. The cards have a conventional music score on one side and some informations on the other. But most important is this magnetic strip at the bottom. It's just a usual piece of magnetic tape like you can find in audio cassettes or on credit cards. Inside the device is a tape reader head. The strip contains information about melody, the second voice, instrument and accompaniment, and loading them takes just a second.
Hi, this is my neat Yamaha Portastamp. I can take one of these play cards, slide it in, and my Yamaha Portastamp plays the tune all by itself. Or I can play the tune by following the flashing light.
These are the 12 play cards that were originally shipped with this model, together with a head cleaning card. I'm not quite sure if this still works. You can store the play cards in the case. Yamaha released quite a lot of play card sets, but they only equipped 6 keyboards with this system. The PC-100 was also released in a wood finish. This one seems to be very rare. I've only seen it once. Maybe it was just produced for the Japanese market. In 1983, they released a functions-reduced version of the PC-100, the PC-50, and also the PC-1000, which is a Playcard version of the PS-55, released the same year. In the end of 1984, they decided to call the PC keyboards with small keys PCS and the ones with regular-sized keys PCR, just like they did with the PS series. And the next PC models, both released in 1984, were the PCS-30 and the PCS-500. And the last model came out in 1985, the PCR-800, which is a Playcard version of the PSR-50. I got no idea why the previous owner put number stickers on the keys. I will remove them and have a look inside. Nothing attached to the bottom piece. And here's the date stamp. This piece was manufactured in July 1982. This is the card reader head, quite similar to the ones you can find in cassette players. I will clean it as well. I can't lift the board. Some cables are glued to the upper piece. But fortunately they have connectors, so I don't need to desolder anything. And the hot glue comes off very easy. A really nice and solid key mechanism. The upper piece is ready for cleaning. Let's have a look at the board. There are more than 20 ICs on it. There are 3 large main chips. This is the key assigner, the YM1032. The YM1020 is the Playcard processor. Right below you can see one of the 2 static RAM chips that store the Playcard data. And this IC is also for the Playcard system. It interfaces the magnetic head to the YM1020. But most important to me is the sound chip, the YM1019. It produces digital square waves and seems to be a kind of pre-FM chip, because the overall sound of the keyboard is more like the later FM keyboards than its predecessor, the analog sounding PS3. The same chip was used in the PC-50, the PS-400 from 1982, which has a chord sequence instead of a Playcard system, and its little brother, the PS-300, which was re-released as the PSS-401 in 1984. And not to forget the MP1, also from 1982, which has a very unique feature, a score printer. First of all, I have to get rid of the stickers. They easily come off with oil. The first one is done, just 25 left. The cap of the pitch control isn't usable anymore, just a chunk of smeary rubber. There was a lot of this glitter stuff inside, some of it is still on the speaker. The tape head is held in place by a single screw. I use isopropanol alcohol to clean it. And of course I clean the key contacts. Some grease for the keys, and everything goes back in. Let's hear the 10 instruments. You can press more than one button, but only the instrument to the right will sound. If you deselect all buttons, organ is selected. With sustain and a bit higher. Trumpet. Some of the instruments have a light delayed vibrato. Clarinet. Piano. Guitar. Vibraphone. It has tremolo and sustain. The sustain switch makes no difference. Harpsichord. Oboe. Violin. And piccolo. Now let's have a look at the rhythms. Push Synchro Start and press a key in the accompaniment section. You will always hear the main voice, and there's no way to avoid this. The play cards can store fills, but unfortunately there's no manual fill or ending button. But you can change the rhythms in between bars to create fills. You can't turn on bass and chords without stopping the rhythm. If you want to create an intro with drums only, you have to use the volume control. You can play bass and chords without the rhythm if you deselect the Synchro Start button. Just 4 types of chords are possible. Major, major 7th with a white key to the left, minor with a black key to the left, and minor 7th with a white and black key to the left. There's a variation button. The rhythm will stay the same, but bass and chord patterns will change, as well as the chord sound. So let's hear everything: rhythm, bass, chords, and arpeggio. This is March with organ. Waltz with trumpet. Jazz rock variation with piano. All instruments have a slightly different volume. Piano is quite loud. Swing variation with organ. Rumba with piccolo. Samba variation with clarinet. Bossa Nova with guitar. Sixteen beat. Slow rock with harpsichord. And finally disco with violin. controls for the drums, chords and arpeggio. I'm missing a bit of separate bass volume control. But okay, you can create your own mix or leave some instruments out. Or use just the arpeggio. This also sounds good at the highest speed. And now the play cards. I've got another play card set with movie scores. I will try the theme from Love Story. You only have to adjust tempo and volume, everything else is automatically selected. Slide the play card through the groove, just like a giant credit card. Don't be too slow. If the data is read correctly, a red lamp will light for a few seconds. That's it. You can also use the groove as a music stand. Press play to hear the tune. There's always a short delay until the song starts. You can transpose it up or down, change tempo, volume, instrument or rhythm. The lights show the right keys for the melody. It's also possible to play along with up to 2 voices. The song will be erased if you turn off the PC-100 or if you load another play card. And by the way, you can use the small delay until the intro starts to change the accompaniment style or instrument right from the beginning. Press play again to stop the song. Use melody cancel if you want to play the melody yourself. And if you don't need the lights, you can turn them off by pressing lamp cancel. It's also possible to practice the chords. Turn off the automatically play chords by pressing the single finger button. Now you only hear the second voice. Its volume is also controlled by the accompaniment volume control. The right chords are written on the play card, but of course you can play whatever you like. Play some major instead of minor chords to make the melody less sad, for example. If you start the song with the free tempo button, you can practice the melody with your own speed. After the intro is over, the accompaniment stops until you press the indicated key. And you can vary the speed as you like. This works surprisingly good, much better as with the TYU30, which I've talked about in one of my last videos. You can use the repeat button to play a musical phrase in a circle, to practice it over and over again. The phrases are numbered, and all the white keys have a number below. Hold down repeat and press the white key that corresponds to the phrase, and choose a mode. You can also select 2 or more phrases by pressing down 2 or more keys. All the phrases in between will be repeated. You can skip the intro, for example. For the repetition of the whole song, press the highest key. And now, as always, a little multi-track recording. I have to say I like this keyboard. I like the look and the weight. It doesn't feel cheap, and it has a nice key mechanism. The sounds and styles are not very special, and it doesn't sound as warm as my PS3, but it has this touch of FM. I'm missing a manual bass sound, but most of the keyboards of that time, especially the ones with an accompaniment section, don't have one. It's part of the concept. It was made to teach melodies, and I think it does a good job. The songs on the playcards are arranged really well. Maybe the lamps could be a bit brighter. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching.